All right, going to the final segment we were going to discuss briefly. We had the NBA trade deadline. This will be our first NBA segment ever on the J and K show. And we probably would have had more, but in Indiana, our hearts were broken in Game 7 with Halliburton, and we are having a gap year. And so we haven't really looked or discussed NBA as heavily this year. We've been all football for
Don't you say that, Nick.
fall and winter time. But there were a lot of NBA trades over the last week. So I was just going to go through them very briefly, and we'll just to say who won or lost, and we'll see how much time we have to get through them. So I'll
Dennis
start.
Schroeder should have took that contract a couple years ago.
Yeah, maybe. He's been moved again, but we'll first start with the one that was finalized most recently, I guess, as far as paperwork goes. So the Wizards, they acquired after getting Trae Young. They now have gotten Anthony Davis from the Mavericks. Mavericks looking to do what I would call as a rebuild. So if we got a three-way deal, Washington receives Anthony Davis, Jaden Hardy, D'Angelo Russell, and Dante Exum, four very solid players, three solid guards with Anthony Davis. I would say health is obviously a major factor with Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
Dallas, they get a aging Chris Middleton, young AJ Johnson, Tyus Jones from the Hornets, and Marvin Bagley. They get 2 first-round picks and some second-round picks for Dallas. And then Charlotte receives Malachi Branham. So I believe this was finalized late because Charlotte got into the trade that was just a Dallas-Washington trade. So mainly Charlotte, I think, just breaks even. We won't really concern ourselves with them. They basically traded Tyus Jones for Malachi Branham. That's fine. Whatever. The main trade was Dallas with Washington. So as Dallas changes, who won the trade in your opinion? Was it Dallas getting their rebuild started, or was Washington acquiring I would say several veterans? But which way do you look at that?
I wouldn't want to say Dallas wins anything. Just because they are so far down in the hole after the Luka deal.
Yeah.
Like this maybe fills the hole in a little bit with Middleton and Badgley.
Yeah.
But I would still give the nod to Washington. Even with Anthony Davis, who I think Anthony Davis probably should have retired 2 years ago. He can't stay healthy.
Right.
He can't play for more than like 2 or 3 weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And then he gets a knee or he gets an ankle or he gets a back or he gets a strained vulva. Something happens.
I agree.
Something happens to where it's like, okay, this is definitely, it's no longer a surprise when Anthony Davis gets injured. And it's like, okay, well, nobody gives a shit anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say Washington would win because, they added Trae Young. So that's an automatic plus right there.
Yes.
So I would say I would give them the nod a little bit. They got better, at least.
I agree. So I agree with that because for me, Dallas, the first round picks they got was from the Thunder and the Warriors. And the Thunders this year, too bad they're amazing. And
too bad.
The Warriors are 4 years away. Maybe the Warriors will be in a rebuild by then. We will see. But Dallas didn't get really anything sexy. They sold Anthony Davis. It looks like they got rid of contracts and just bad situations. And so for me, I look at it and I say Washington definitely won the trade. And I like it because I think Jaden Hardy's a nice scoring guard who doesn't get a lot of conversation. Russell's a veteran point guard, and Exum's a good all-around point guard and defender. I think that outside of Anthony Davis, they would have still won this trade had it been for Hardy, Russell, and Exum. I look at it and I say Anthony Davis, I pretend that he's not even there, and I still kind of like it for Washington. Forget it. Like, I don't know if he's going to play or not, but if he does, they win it in a landslide. I'm thinking they might have just barely won it if he can't even play with his broken finger. Like, I don't know, man. but they have their young guys in Washington. They have Sarr, they have the Koulibaly. They have some young pieces that they've been able to keep some, and now they've added veterans around, and it's like that looks like it should be able to be a playoff team in the future. As long as you don't have major injuries, that looks like it's going to be the playoff team. So I like the Washington for this trade.
Absolutely. Yep. And if you just get rid of Anthony Davis, your injury risk is a lot lower. So
and when you have,
I think they should just dump his contract immediately.
And when you have Sarr, you're like, well, at least we have a big guy who rim protects. It's like you don't have to have Anthony Davis every game. If you can get 35 games out of him and he's in the playoffs, there you go.
That's a stretch.
That's like, hey, we got a break here.
Yeah, I would say 15. If you can get 15 out of him, that's a W.
He should probably, fair to say that Anthony Davis's time on the All NBA lists have officially been over. With the new rule of 60, like some games is a prerequisite, we will never see Anthony Davis on another All NBA team.
Nope,
it'll never happen.
Negative.
Moving on to the next trade, it was a kind of an interesting one. The Warriors added Kristaps Porzingis for Kuminga and Hield. They pivoted because they could not acquire Giannis with kind of offers. I mean, I think they would have wanted Kuminga and even a Hield, but they would have wanted a much more of a haul. So they settled on getting a different big. And again, it comes back down to health. If I'm going to assume a little bit of health to keep it fair, instead of just saying, no, you can't stay healthy, I like the Warriors with as many players as they have on their team. They've been able to play 13 deep. Bring in a Porzingis if he can be a little bit healthy. I think that was actually a pretty good move for them. I'm going to go with the Warriors.
It wasn't. I'm going to say probably, I would say Atlanta got the best out of this one. Just simply because Kuminga, I think he might just explode for the rest of the season.
He's sneaky good. I like him.
Very, very sneaky good. He's like a 4 years ago Tyrese Maxey. You know, it just taller. Comes out of nowhere.
Like
taller. You can give him, he's going to score. He's just going to come out and he's going to score and he's going to explode because he's going to have an opportunity now.
I see him.
He doesn't have to go. He'll be their number one scorer.
Like a DeMar DeRozan is how he kind of looks.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And let's not forget, Buddy Hield is still an accurate shooter.
Very good shooter.
He can give you 20 points here and there. And I would say Golden State loses this trade simply because Draymond Green's still on the roster. Dude needs to go anywhere. He can go anywhere else. But, you know, the more I look at it, the more I think Steve Kerr is over his bullshit. You know, I've never, before this year, I've never seen Steve Kerr go off on him. I've never seen him kick him back into the locker room, you know. And it's just every time he's starting to turn into just a bitchy, whiny vet. And when he came out yesterday or the day before or whatever and said the only reason he got a technical was because the official was white. It's like, dude, shut up.
Really?
Shut up, man. What? Yeah. Playing the race card, you know, which, I mean, Steve Kerr he's a very political guy anyway. But, I mean, when you start doing this shit, you start putting racism into the game, shut up, dude. Like, just shut up. It's not happening. That's not how it's going down.
The conversation would be probably a little different if you had, like, someone acting the way he acted and had never had a technical foul. And so if it was light and they never had a technical foul, then you could try to ask that question. But with the resume that Draymond Green has, I'm sorry if they're a little more likely to call a tech on you. You have that reputation. You're going to have to own that at some point.
Yeah.
It's like the Chris Paul thing. Your expectations of getting in trouble with Javi is like, okay, you know that's going to happen, that he has less of a lead on what bullshit he's willing to take from you. I mean, now Javi's racist towards Chris Paul. It's like, wait a minute, stop. You obviously hate each other.
No.
We get it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be about race. He just hates you. He just doesn't like you. Okay, we get
Draymond is an unlikable guy
he is.
To begin with.
And Him wanting to go to
he has nobody to blame but himself.
And him wanting to go to the Lakers and talk about how he wants to play with LeBron. Do you think that
He
sits
wants
well
to
with
suck
Steve?
LeBron. That's what he wants
You
to
think
do.
it sits well
He's
with
in
Steve
love
Kerr
with him.
trying to run his team, and he's got one of his vets from the dynasty that fucking beat LeBron talking about how he wants to go play with LeBron?
Yeah. I think Draymond is closeted for LeBron, man. I really do. He's made social media posts back in the day and stuff. It's like, oh, he has googly eyes for LeBron. It's like, dude, I get it. He's the GOAT, and you want to be the throat.
I think that at one point Draymond was anti-LeBron because he was like, man, we can beat him. And it's like, then once they beat LeBron, it was almost like, what a cool guy he really is. Like, I'm starting to see like how big of a person he is in the world in the NBA. And it's like, dude, what happened to kicking him in the nuts? Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Your guys are buds?
Remember that?
Like, I don't know. It don't sit right.
He touched LeBron's gear, and then
it did something.
He changed his tune pretty quick. Like, oh wow, I like what you got going on here.
So yeah, I liked the Golden State trade because you could have Porzingis and Draymond play next to each other. It's better that they just have a tall. Think of it this way: who's the best center Golden State has had in the last 15 years? Talent-wise, Andrew Bogut. You could make the argument that Porzingis is the most talented. Well, Porzingis is the most talented center they've had in 15 years. So I liked it from that trade.
Yeah.
What can Steph Curry do around a Porzingis? I'm curious, and I like Kuminga a lot, and he's going to grow, and I think he's going to be a star and possibly a all-star.
Yeah.
But for what Golden State needs right now, I thought it made a lot of sense.
It made a lot of sense. It definitely took care of a need.
Right. When the goal is to win a championship, I think Golden State is closer. But Jimmy Butler being down, I think it makes him screwed, unfortunately. But
anytime, Jimmy Butler being out hurts bad. Draymond pulling his antics hurts you every single game. So I don't know if I want to go plus or minus a month before Draymond punches Porzingis in the face.
He might not be able to reach him, though.
Well, I don't know. I think he'll find a way,
Let's talk about the hometown trade. let's get out of that. Let's talk about the hometown trade because there's I think a lot of people have mixed feelings about this. They're not really sure how to feel. And I think I will break it down best on how it goes. I will let you answer first here. So the Clippers traded Ivica Zubac and Kobe Brown, who is a backup power forward type guy. He's not probably going to get a lot of play. For Benedict Mathurin, Isaiah Jackson, our first round pick this year, our first round pick a few years from now in 29, and a second round pick. There is protection on the first round pick this year that if it falls 5 through 9, that it will go to the Clippers. Otherwise, it'll stay with Indiana. So tell me here, Clippers and Pacers, for what they're trying to do, who do you think won the trade?
I think LA picked us up and tossed our salad. Definitely ravaged us big time. I like Zubac, and I think we needed a Zubac.
Yes.
I think it could have happened probably straight up and maybe an exchange of draft picks somewhere down the line.
Yes.
I don't think we needed to add all that other shit on top of it. I like Isaiah Jackson too. I think he's a good guy to come in off the bench and give you some energy.
He became expendable because of Huff. Would you agree?
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
But that doesn't change the fact that he's a really good. He's a local favorite.
Yes,
people love him coming off the bench. Two potential first round picks, and a second round in 28.
With Mathurin, I get it.
Granted, NBA draft picks don't mean shit compared to like NFL draft picks. So if you're looking at this as an NFL standpoint, stop.
Mhm.
because it doesn't matter. NBA draft picks really don't matter because if
The
you're not picking in the top 3, you're not really getting anyone.
right, but like yeah,
Now there will be
you're gonna get a role player, and you can get that guy in the 40th pick. It's like it literally is
yeah,
like 5 or 6 to 40 are all really close, depending on what your fit is and what you do. So I agree with you.
yeah,
Very top heavy.
yeah. It's always very top heavy. I don't even know who in the hell Kobe Brown is,
Nah, he's just a backup
but
forward. He won't probably play much at
but
all.
I mean, he's a body, so you're basically traded Isaiah Jackson for Kobe Brown, who nobody knows, nobody gives a damn about. So
Yeah.
you didn't have. I don't think they had to put that in there unless LA was just like, we want another body and we don't want to have Kobe Brown here because we don't like him.
Yeah.
But I like Zubac. I would have been okay because Matherin, man, he can give you 30 points or he can give you 9.
Right.
You know, he's a little bit sketchy sometimes, but he's still a pretty good player. And I think if we would have done, Benedict Matherin, and if he wanted to do the 2026 first round pick protected, I probably would have been like, okay, both sides win. But I just think Indiana gave up way too much. And I mean, way, way too much just to get Zubac, basically. Because
Yes.
I don't think we're going to retain Kobe Brown's contract. He
No.
may be here a couple weeks, but then they're going to release him. So
Yeah.
we gave up way too much.
I agree. I understand that that's how it looks, and I'm disappointed that we lost Matherin because he was the best driver to the basket that we have to draw fouls and stuff. You saw it at the end of our playoff run. He was going to the line like crazy.
A lot. Yeah.
He saved games by going to the line, and people were like, "Oh, he's out of control." And I was like, "But did he get a foul though?" Like
Yeah.
points are points. I don't give a shit. And the way the
Points are
NBA gets
points are
called
points.
on travels that aren't called and contacts and stuff, it's like I liked having a guy that could get a call sometimes. So I'm disappointed that he got moved. From a roster standpoint, unfortunately, he had to, and it really is just like it's the timing. Sometimes it's just bittersweet. He had to get moved because we couldn't pay him 28 next year. The Clippers are going to give him a $28 million deal, most likely 28, 29, 30, 31. He's going to have a $120 million deal for 4 years next year. We couldn't afford that. Would have took us into luxury tax. We had to add somebody with Matherin because Zubac makes, twice as much as Matherin right now. But Zubac has, I think he had to get a premium on this trade because of his salary. He only makes $18 million. He's probably got the
Mm-hmm.
best value center in the whole league for his contract and what he does. And I think there was a premium because of it, and that they didn't really
Yeah.
want to trade him. I think that they kind of were telling people no, and the Pacers kept having to raise their fucking offer. So obviously, what they did was they decided to risk it, and that's where I don't like this trade. They decided to risk the first round draft pick, and in a way to convince the Clippers. Now the Clippers, they could get the 5th pick in the draft. They win this trade easily if that happens. Now,
Yeah.
I will say that if we end up getting to keep a top 4 draft pick this year, then we do win this trade. That's where I differ
Mm-hmm.
from other people. As long as we don't lose that draft pick, we won this trade because of who we needed. And now you have Zubac and Huff as your centers. You got Pascal. You have Halliburton coming back. You didn't have to have Matherin because, dude, even Quentin Jackson's been playing now, and he's really nice off the bench. You've got Shepard, you've got Neesmith, you got Nimhard, you got TJ McConnell. We were so loaded at guard and wing that, dude, we could move him, and now we have a starting center. As long as we don't lose this draft pick, we won this trade. But unfortunately, I'm going to be a little puckered up in June when the draft, or sorry, actually, I think it's April or May is the lottery.
May, I think, yeah.
So I'm going to be puckered, waiting for the balls to fall. And, a thing that opens up too is the fact that we don't have to draft Boozer now because we just went and got another big. So now we can draft Cameron Boozer. We can draft
Mhm.
Darren Peterson of Kansas. We can draft AJ Dabansa of BYU. We can actually draft any best available because the way our roster is constructed, you can just go anywhere. And I do like that flexibility. I think that we would have to take the biggest guy, being DeBonsa or Boozer, because we needed a guy that's big that can stretch the floor and run and but still block and
Yeah.
play inside. Now we don't have to, and we can take whoever we just feel the best about. So I think it's a win, but if we lose that draft pick, we fucked up.
Yep.
It's plain and simple.
Yeah. Yeah, we've never had a top 5 draft pick ever.
And we won next year, right? We have our own first round pick or something. It ain't. This is the only time with the regime that we have that we can actually get a top pick. The rest of them are going to
Yeah.
be in the 20s, hopefully, if we're doing anything. So this is your only chance. And if you sell that chance
Yeah.
to the Clippers, fucked up.
Yeah. I don't understand why Pritchard would do that. But I mean, I get if you're not risking it, you're not trying. Like I get that.
I would have liked to have top
Sometimes you
10
have to make bold
protected it.
moves. Top 10 protected would have been a lot better.
I guess
Because
the Clippers
now
weren't
if we
willing.
get a if we get our ball pulled at 5,
Dude,
I mean we're screwed. We're screwed. We go from getting a good young player who we can develop because we're good at developing young players.
Yeah.
I'll give the Pacers that much.
Mhm.
But to have the 5 through 9 not guaranteed, it's like, man, that's going to make everybody pucker up really bad because now the NBA, I don't think that they want the Pacers being in the championship again. I mean, to have them make it, kind of takes like, okay, well, they're another small market team because right now the Thunder is their baby, and the Thunder is a small market team.
They don't
So
need
I
a
don't
bunch
think
of
they
other
want-
small market. They have the Spurs
they don't
coming
want
up.
two
It's
small
like, how many
market-
small markets are we
which-
going to do?
Yeah, the Pacers and Thunder's finals was did pretty good in the ratings.
It did actually
But-
really good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I just don't think they want it. They want to have a New York or a California or a Texas team in there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody with high market Miami, something like that. So I really don't see them giving the Pacers a top 4 lottery pick. I don't see it happening.
Yeah.
And you can say that this is a random draw all you want. No, it's not. It is not.
The way
It's
things
handled behind the
fall-
scenes where you can't see it.
It's hard to believe the way things fall.
Yeah.
They're not doing it live. If they did it live in front of you,
Yeah.
that'd be different. But they're
Yeah.
not.
See LeBron James going to Cleveland. It just happened to work out that way.
Yeah.
The second year in a row, they got a fucking number 1. So
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that crap. This is predetermined.
Yep.
It doesn't matter.
I agree. Moving on to the next trade, we got Celtics. They got Nikola Vucevic from the Bulls. A couple second round pick swaps or whatever, or one swap for Anthony Simons. So pretty clear cut trade here. I think that Boston won this trade.
Yes, they
For
did.
the Bulls have had so many guards for years, and they just went ahead and added more guards, and then did ship some of their guards away. But you're just switching guards for guards. I don't really see it getting any better. They trade another big for a guard. I thought it was stupid. Boston clearly got better. They haven't had a center since Horford left. They've been playing guys that you wouldn't really know. Garza gets minutes, which we remember from Iowa, I believe.
Yep.
So Vucevic comes in,
Very good play.
very skilled, very good veteran center. So that helps for sure. Can shoot the 3, spread the floor. They won this trade for me in a bit of a landslide, I would say.
Yep. To get a straight up trading draft picks, you lose a draft pick for next year, which it's or
They're second
this
rounds,
year, but they're still good.
Yeah,
They're like right now they're in contention.
They're the
still
second
good.
best. And Tatum, maybe he comes back, maybe you don't.
Yeah.
But Vucevic helps them right now, no matter what.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And if you can pair him, even with when Tate Young comes back, hey,
Tate Young.
That team is going to be rough to deal with.
Boston's
with
still-
Jaylen Brown and Tatum. Now you add Vucevic in there, Derek White. I mean, there's still going to be.
Jaylen Brown's
very
averaging 30
formidable
fucking
team.
points a game. They're number 2. That's
He could very well be the MVP this year. So, I mean, if you take his hair out of the equation,
yeah, then he can't.
if you can take the hair bias out, then he's not going to win MVP. But it's okay. But yeah, I agree. Boston ran away with this trade. So yeah, they'll be
So
fine.
the another trade we have, we got Timberwolves. They traded for Dosunmu. They they made some moves trying to get Giannis, and it didn't work out for him. So they trade or they acquire Rob Dillingham. No, the Bulls do. I'm sorry. The Bulls get Rob Dillingham and Leonard Miller, bunch of picks, second rounders, bunch of them. Right?
Confusing,
Very confusing.
confusing.
Bunch of second rounders. And
A lot of
Minnesota,
asterisks on those draft picks.
yeah, so many. Minnesota gets Dosunmu and Julian Phillips. Now, as Dosunmu is a nice shooting guard from Illinois, played with the Bulls. He's pretty nice, and he's about 6'5", so he can kind of be like a 2 and a 3, and he's handled the ball. So I like his flexibility. I thought they gave up on Dillingham a little bit. I thought that he could have been a point guard. When you have Mike Conley and you have Ant, you'd think you would try to develop a point guard. They decide, nah, we're just going to go two shooting guard, essentially. We got the white boy from the Knicks. I can't think of his name right now.
Oh, was it Hammerstein?
Well, not no
Was
the
that
point the guard that shot threes.
wrong Caucasian?
The guard anyway. I can't remember his name right now, but they have shooting guards. They don't even really have a point. You would have thought they'd try to kick Dillingham and create more of a point guard. They didn't. They went more heavy on. He's like, okay, big body, shooting guard, small forward. We're going to Sumu. I'm pretty indifferent on this trade, if I'm being honest. Again, Chicago didn't acquire anything that makes them any better, I think. So I guess for me, Minnesota won this trade because they probably just got what they were wanting, which was taller guys on the wing.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, in Chicago, I mean, the draft picks are what throws me off. It's like you don't know where any of these are going to land.
They're all second round picks for the next, like 4 out of the next 8
up to
drafts.
2032. Are you kidding me? It's like, good Lord.
Yeah.
Where's the value here? But yeah, this one, it's a split for me. It's like, yeah, if you guys want to do that, fine.
Yeah.
The draft picks don't matter. The players are all about the same.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Another trade on the radar, real quick. Bucks. It was a 3-team deal. Bucks. They get Nigel Hayes Davis, Ousmane Dang. Phoenix get Cole Anthony, Amir Coffey. Chicago gets Nick Richards. The most notable name I would have said was Cole Anthony for the Suns. Seeing how they get rid of guys that I don't think they needed as much. I guess maybe between Phoenix, Milwaukee, Chicago. I like the trade a little bit for the Suns.
Yeah, like so, I don't think anybody on the Bulls today knows who each other are.
I know, right? The whole
it's a whole brand new team. And they started off hot this season too, but now it's like just tear it down.
Yeah, and the Charlotte they traded away Colin Sexton for Mike Conley, who they're now going to waive, is what I believe I saw. So, and they acquire Kobe White. So I think Charlotte again, they win the trade. A bunch of second round picks for Chicago.
Yeah.
Mike Conley is going to get waived, but Charlotte still wins the trade because I think Kobe White for Sexton doesn't really hurt them. I think I like Kobe White. I think he still has potential.
Yeah. Yeah. I would say definitely Charlotte there, but yeah, the Chicago, man, I just don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, well, we get Dieng, and then we're just going to automatically give him back away. So, and then they got second round picks up until like 2090. Seems
so many, the most I've ever seen.
What are you? It's like, yeah, it's like for the next 7 years, it's going to be all Bulls in the second round.
Yeah.
So we all know in the second round doesn't matter in the NBA anymore.
Yeah. The Knicks, in a trade that I don't think people saw, they acquired Jose Alvarado, which is a Brooklyn-born player. Honestly, that's a brilliant move, to be honest. The feistiness that he brings to a team and being born near there, it's like, okay, that's a playoff atmosphere player that can help them in a big moment. So I was like, makes a ton of sense for them. It was
Lots of sense.
nobody even
Yep.
I feel like talked about it, and I was like, ooh. As soon as I saw it, I was like, hey, that's something. It's not nothing.
Yeah, it's not a shitty move, and it's not one that makes you think, what the hell were they thinking?
Yeah. IU native Trace Jackson Davis. He got moved from Golden State to the Toronto Raptors for a second round pick. The Lakers added Luke Kennard for Gabe Vincent. I saw some of our Laker fans, they're very excited to get rid of Gabe Vincent. One of those guys they love to hate on. But Luke Kennard, very good shooter.
Yeah.
For some reason, all of the shooters, they go there to shoot bad. So we'll see if Kennard can change the scenery for the Lakers.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, they just don't want to get rid of their real problem.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, they got better.
Did they, though?
The Chris Paul was traded. He hasn't played since December. He was traded to the Toronto Raptors. I think he's going to quit. But they're actually playing good. I think he
already did.
I think they're playing pretty good, so I think he shouldn't, but I feel like he's just going to quit. Most notable guy, I think it was a money move scenario. Clippers just trying to start their rebuild, even though they won 17 out of their last 22 games. Very strange that they decided, you know what, now that we're in the playoffs, we're tanking. You could have done that 2 months ago.
Yep. Sell the team. Let's get rid of everybody.
Lonzo Ball was traded to the Utah Jazz. I
bet the Mormons welcome him with open arms, don't they?
So, hey, let's scroll down here to the more notable ones real quick. Eric Gordon to the Grizzlies. He's still playing. Here we go. James Harden. What did we think about this trade? The Cavs traded Darius Garland and a second-round pick for James Harden. I talked with a buddy of mine. I didn't like the trade for Cleveland. I don't understand. If your goal is to win the championship, why would you bring the frozen one, James Harden? I don't get it.
I don't know.
They were way better off with Garland, who's younger. I know he has had a toe problem, but he can play next to Mitchell. Do we know that James Harden can?
Well, I think if you are around Cleveland, start buying some stock in Cleveland titty bars.
Yeah, right?
Because they're about to make some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Harden he's not been relevant in the last 5 years, so I don't see why you would bring him in. Darius Garland, I would rather have Darius Garland. I really would.
Clippers win this trade.
By a mile.
Now, someone said that James Harden's going to make the bigs in Cleveland better because he finds ways to get them the ball. And, sure. Maybe he could.
When was the last time James Harden made a big better instead of a big back better?
I think that if he's going to make anyone better, it's himself. Because I don't see him.
He hasn't done that.
Like every time he has the ball, Donovan Mitchell doesn't.
Exactly.
So that's just how I look at it. For me, there's only one ball.
Yeah. I have seen people kind of rumbling around like, oh, if you have James Harden, it's going to look really attractive to bring LeBron in next year back to Cleveland. Okay. Shut
This is what I will say, is James Harden and Donovan Mitchell will both come off the books theoretically. So that gives you a chance to bring them back and then sign someone also, maneuvering the money properly. That does seem to be what Cleveland's trying to do, because at the end of the day, you didn't have the chance to do it with Garland, but now you can do that. So I'm looking at that and I'm saying that's really the only reason that they did that. I don't think they think they're winning the championship this year. I think they think we're bringing LeBron back for his swan song. That's what I think.
Definitely not. Yeah, if they do that, it's going to be like Game 3 next year where LeBron's giving Harden the side eye. It's like, all right, well, Harden's gone.
James Harden's going to do a step back three, and LeBron's going to be like with his hands like he was with Jay Harden. He's going to go like that. Why?
Yeah.
Something that people didn't talk about that I thought was awful. The Philadelphia Sixers gave up because of Edgecombe, who's awesome. They traded Jared McCain and all his fingernail polish to the Thunder. Another fucking guard who is good. He is a good basketball player. And
Yeah.
they just gave up a first round pick in a few seconds, and they acquired a good basketball player. I'm like, oh great, the rich get
Yeah.
richer. Clearly won the trade.
Yeah. No shit. No shit.
For Philly, it's like, you mean to tell me you couldn't have Maxey, Edgecombe, and McCain as your three guards, and that wouldn't have been
They
appealing?
don't want to win.
What are you doing?
They don't. They don't want to win,
So
and they want to give Oklahoma City another reason to get back and make another deep playoff run.
crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, speaking of the Thunder, how many addresses has Dieng had in the last 3 days?
Dude, Osman Dieng has been moved so many times. So many
Just
times.
this week.
Yeah.
Poor guy, man. I mean, shit. He's getting pretty comfy in hotels.
He gets a phone
So-
call. Where now?
Yeah, we're happy to have you here in Oklahoma City. How do you like Charlotte? Charlotte, hey, how do you like Chicago?
In Chicago. I think this might be the last one we'll discuss, possibly. The Grizzlies trade, which signaled a rebuild. I thought John Morant was going to get traded. He didn't. That they trade Jaren Jackson to the biggest team in the NBA, the Utah Jazz. They have so many bigs.
Yeah, the Utah trees, man.
They have Kessler. They have their star. What's his name? God dang it! There's so many names. The big white boy that shoots threes and their star for Utah. What's his name?
Huh?
Anyway.
Yep, you're the NBA guy.
I'm sorry. Anyway, they have a bunch of guys. It starts with an N. I can't think of it. Markkanen. Lauri Markkanen. Okay. Yes.
And
Walker
yay,
Kessler, Lauri
pulls it out at the
Markkanen.
end.
They got Jaren Jackson. So now they're committing to playing Lauri Markkanen at 7'1" at small forward. So they're going to be so large. They got Jaren Jackson, Jock Landale, another stretch big, but he's like 6'8" or something.
Jock.
I think. John Concar, Vince Williams. The whole trade was just for Jaren. From the Memphis side, they get Walter Clayton Jr., Kyle Anderson, Taylor Hendricks, Georges Niang, and 3 future first-round picks. I say the Grizzlies won this trade.
Yep, they did, but I mean, they definitely missed their chance to move Ja because he's not. I'm sorry, when he came into the league, he was a rocket, man.
Yes,
you know,
he was so good,
doing everything. Now he just seems like the last 3 years he's had an addiction to stupid pills.
Yeah,
and he's just done. He's made almost every bad decision a guy can make. So I mean, Memphis needs to move on from him.
Yeah, I think they
actually rebuild.
They couldn't find a suitor.
Yeah.
They would
nobody
give them
wants
much.
him for that money. Nobody wants him for that amount of money. It's just drama that nobody wants.
Yep, for sure. Just a comment here too. I think that Walter Clayton Jr. is really good, and I think that him and Taylor Hendricks being young pieces, and then you get 3 first-round picks. I look at that and I say, very good job helping start a rebuild. You have to get future first-round picks. There's no telling if Utah can capitalize off this move. They could still have a bad year with one of those 3 future firsts. So it's like, I just thought that made a lot of sense.
Yeah, but their potential got better.
And then just a quick comment on the one that happened over a month or so ago. The Wizards, when they acquired Trae Young, they won that trade very handedly because they gave up CJ McCollum and Corey Kispert. What the hell is Atlanta doing? I don't know. But that was, in my opinion, awful value that they got back. Truly awful. McCollum's got one year in him. Kispert is an okay wing, but Trae Young is he's a potential 25 and 10 point guard. Like, you cannot just sell him down river just because he doesn't play that good a defense. McCollum and Kispert aren't changing your life on defense either, so it just makes no sense at all why they would just sell. Like, Atlanta just, in my opinion, you didn't get no picks. You just set yourself back.
Well, that trade, it was pretty bad, but I think they did make up for it a little bit, bringing in Kuminga and Hield.
Yes,
But
but again, picks,
that
right?
trade,
They
they
don't.
should have gotten way more for Trey
Yes,
Young. They
so
should have got a
much.
lot more.
They couldn't
They
get
could have found a better
one
buyer.
pick. One?
Yeah, you would have
It's
wanted at
Trey
least
Young.
one.
It
Yeah,
made me look at that and
yeah,
just go, you didn't have a better offer than that? Like maybe his stock is way
yeah,
down compared to where I thought it might
yeah.
be. Like just a
Maybe they
pick.
just wanted rid of him.
Yeah.
Just
Crazy.
wanted him gone because he wasn't happy.
All right, guys. Well, I think that's all the trades. There was a lot of them. I skipped a few that I really don't think are going to matter, but there was a lot at the deadline. So go Super Bowl. Have a great weekend, guys. And until then, we'll see you next time.
Be safe. Get a sober driver, boys.